Hi there, parents and guardians. This is Mr. Woodward, and this is your explanation of the New Orleans trip paperwork that came home today. This trip is optional for any member of MAC Choir. This is not a required trip. No one will be forced to pay the cost, okay? But let's talk through the packet, and hopefully this will answer any of your questions. New Orleans on the 11th through the 14th. That's a Wednesday morning through a Saturday night. Okay, $700 is the cost. It's way cheaper than if we had gone with a company. We are planning it ourselves to keep those costs as low as we can. Big details, we're taking a charter bus. It's got Wi-Fi, it's got outlets so your devices can be plugged in. It's got a toilet in the back, so should be really nice. The hotel is the Holiday Inn Metairie. It's a 3-star. Breakfast is included. There will be 4 students per room. They will each have, it'll be 2 queen beds, so everybody gets to share a bed. All meals are included except for 4, the breakfast and lunch on the trip up, 1 lunch in the French Quarter, and then 1 lunch on the way back, or no, 1 dinner on the way back, plus 1 late night trip to Café du Monde for beignets and café au lait if you want. Optional, but that's the only other uncovered meal. The performance for this trip is at East Jefferson High School. This is a New Orleans public school, and the husband of the woman that I learned how to be a choir director from is the teacher there right now. So he asked us to come out and perform. Highlights of this trip. We're taking a Cajun and Creole cooking class, which even if you don't cook, the food is great and you get to eat it. Plus, they teach you all about the history of the region and why these foods became part of our culture. We're taking a ghost tour of the French Quarter with Lord Chaz. Look this guy up. He is awesome, absolutely incredible. I cannot wait to go on a tour with this guy. And if you think you won't be scared, you're wrong. Guy is scary. Jazz dinner on the steamboat Natchez. We're taking a paddle boat cruise and eating dinner down the Mississippi. The sun will be going down over Louisiana. It's going to be a really cool evening. Get dressed up. You got to look fancy, okay? The Aquarium of the Americas is the best aquarium on the planet. It's where I took my wife on our very first date. It is filled with history of the region and great birds and fish, and it's really cool. College campus tour at Loyola University. This is very important that our students get to see higher education, and this is a great opportunity for them to tour a beautiful campus there in New Orleans. Jazz concert at Preservation Hall. The Preservation Hall jazz band is one of the best in the country, and we're gonna get as close to the front as we can to watch these masters of Dixieland perform their songs. The St. Patrick's Day Parade is a New Orleans parade. It's one that a lot of tourists don't know about because everybody goes to Mardi Gras. This is actually my favorite parade. You'll catch beads, you'll catch doubloons and cups, but you also will catch throws like potatoes and onions and carrots, because they throw things to make Irish potato soup with also. It's a really cool parade. Excited about that. We're gonna eat some great local food. I really try to avoid chain restaurants on all of our trips, so we are eating at local restaurants and local cuisine. Cool. Next page. Payment schedule. 4 payments of $175 a piece, each due kind of spread out. The initial deposit of $175 is required to reserve your spot. And this is first come, first serve, so please get that turned in. If you want to turn it in tomorrow, outstanding. Cool. If we get more than 50 people, everyone else will go on the list. If we have enough more, we'll get a second bus and we'll be able to take more people, more parents. It'll be a bigger trip. Very excited if we can do that. Refund policy. Please make sure you understand this. Since we are planning this ourselves, we don't have a whole lot of leeway with how we can give the refunds. Once that money is gone, it's gone, okay? So before October 28th, you can get a full refund back. Between the 28th and December 18th, you can get half of whatever you have paid back. And then after December, that money is gone. We have spent it and we can't get it back, so we can't give it back to you. The only way you could get it back is if another person takes your spot. They would then pay you and we'd count that as their trip payment. Cool. Payment submitted late may result in removal from the trip, so please communicate with me about that. Next, itinerary, okay? We're gonna meet on Wednesday the 11th at 5 a.m. to depart. First stop is Buc-ee's for potty and breakfast, and then our next one is Scott, Louisiana. Scott is this little hole-in-the-wall town that has become famous for its meat restaurants right off the highway. And you can get Cajun meats, you can get po' boys, you can get a Louisiana delicacy called boudin, and don't ask what's in it because you're not gonna eat it if you know. But go ahead and try it, it's delicious. Get the boudin, get the boudin balls, get some cracklins, some fresh cracklins, they're so good. Okay, then we get into the hotel, head into the French Quarter for dinner and dancing at Moulat's. And this is Zydeco and Creole dancing. And it'll be some delicious fried fish or catfish and hush puppies, some good Cajun food. That night is our ghost tour with Lord Chaz. Then we're back to the hotel around 10 o'clock. Next day, breakfast at the hotel. Campus tour of Loyola will follow. Then head to the Riverwalk Mall, which is right on the Mississippi. It's a mall and it's got normal mall stuff, but the food court is all Cajun and Creole options. So again, if they want to eat something normal like McDonald's, it's there. If they want authentic Cajun food, it's there too. Free time in the mall. Then walk over to the Aquarium of the Americas. Tour that for a few hours, then head to the Gumbo Shop in the Quarter for dinner, then walk over to Preservation Hall and see some jazz. That night will be Late Night Cafe Du Monde, and late in the evening is when there's no line, so most of the kids can just go sit down and eat. And that dessert is on you also, as well as the lunch at the mall. That's on you. Then back to the hotel, room check, yay. Next day. This is our performance. This will be Friday morning. We go perform at East Jefferson High School. After that, we head to the New Orleans Cooking School for our private class on Cajun and Creole cooking. After we eat that delicious food, we will head into the French Quarter for shopping and sightseeing at the market. And this is kind of on your own time. The kids will always be with an adult. There's never a time that they're just roaming the French Quarter. No way. It's not that it's not safe, but it's super easy to just cross the wrong street and then you're on Bourbon and who knows. So we will always be with adults at all times. After some shopping in the Quarter, we'll head back to the hotel, get fancied up for our final dinner in New Orleans, and head back downtown for the dinner cruise on the Natchez. After the cruise, we head back to the hotel, in bed by 11. Next morning will be a slower morning. It's your third day, you're gonna be tired, we'll take some extra time. Head to the St. Patrick's Day parade around 10. We'll get some po' boys from Krabby Jack's brought down, which if you're like, is that the restaurant in town? No, it's a Krabby Jack's in New Orleans that has my favorite po' boys. and we'll get some po' boys and hang out on the parade route. The parade will roll past us. We'll enjoy it, catch some beads, have a great time, hop on our bus, and drive home. And that is our trip, folks. Make sure that you read the rules for travel. These are very important. We are very strict on this, and they are designed to keep you safe. The important things are that no one ever goes anywhere alone, and no one ever leaves, particularly if we're out, no one ever leaves their chaperone group. Stay with your group, please. This is the page to sign and bring back to reserve your spot, along with the $175 check. Bam, read it. Make sure that you know what you are signing. Okay, we need 2 parent or guardian chaperones to come along on this trip. You will pay nothing because you are working. It is not a vacation. It is, you are doing the room checks. You'll have a group of kids that you're assigned to. So if you're signing up, know that this is not just free fun time in New Orleans. You are with our group and working at all times. But we'll take good care of you for the food and for the travel, of course. Priority is given to senior parents who are involved in the Booster Club. So if you're not involved yet, join the Booster Club, please. If we have room for more parents, we can take you, but you'll be paying. If we have enough people for a second bus, we'll add it in and do that. If we just don't have enough people that sign up, like if there's only 20 that sign up, well then we can't go. So we'll cancel it, refund everything, okay? If you have any other questions, feel free to send me an email, mwoodw@neisd.net, and let me know. Thank you.